Good morning everyone, so I hope everybody's doing just great today. So in this video I'm going to be talking about iOS 2022 protocols and how important they are for the new financial system. I also want to discuss with you guys how you can actually protect yourself from some dangers of CBDCs, the famous central bank digital currencies, so we don't end up like what is going on China right now. So understand that iOS 2022 is the International Organization for Standardization, and the iOS 2022 protocols are actually designed to make it easier for financial institutions to exchange information as a messaging system. So these protocols are based on a common data model, which makes it easier for different financial institutions all around the world to communicate with each other. So if we have different systems, so for example different blockchains, for instance, we're gonna see somehow some interoperability, if I say this on the right way. And these protocols cover actually a range of financial services, which can include a variety of payments, securities, trade finance. So the adoption of blockchain technology is driving the need for something standard. So if we're going to use Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, they are all different blockchains. So in order for the banks to operate with cryptocurrencies, there has to be something that is going to revolutionize the way the blockchain communicates with the banks. So by creating this more efficient, secure and transparent system, we're gonna make payments way faster and way more secure, just like the XRP ledger. So for blockchain to reach its full potential, there needs to be some sort of standardized way for financial institutions to exchange data and messaging systems. So this is where iOS 2022 comes in. So we're going to see that this system is capable of delivering instant payments, similar to how XRP operates. We all know that XRP is virtually instant. It takes an average of 3.8 seconds for the transactions to be executed. So this is not about building a brand new system. We are actually just implementing a messaging system. And the most important about this is that you have to understand the banks, they're not going to disappear. They're just going to reinvent themselves, and one way is to implement this protocol. So we're going to bring common services into the center for the use of the community. By bringing together the data and actually these services, we're going to significantly improve end-to-end efficiency, reduce costs, while bringing new business value to and for customers. So with more fast payments, with more reliable transactions, when better and more complete data, that's one thing that can actually potentially cause the implementation for CBDCs. That's true, but we have been told that the future of money is CBDCs. However, it's actually happening live. It's not about future anymore. So I want to discuss on this video how we can actually protect from CBDCs, and actually the XRP ledger is a great way to protect ourselves from authoritarian regime. For example, that if the government comes with some policy like, let's say, carbon dioxide limitation, anything that comes from the perspective of control, we can actually fight it back with the XRP ledger. And I just want to deliver a message here that the concept of blockchain, it's public. The ledger is public. Everybody can build on top of the XRP ledger. That's true. And unlike the bank, the transactions are only known to the bank executives. That's also true, but that's changing. So the blockchain is public, but we can only find which wallets are sending the money. We cannot actually understand if, I don't know, like Giorgio is sending crypto to Francesco, for example. Okay, we cannot see that on the blockchain. We can see that someone has sent, for example, XRP to another wallet, but we don't know who are these two parts. So what CBDCs might do is that already happens in China, is that now the government is not only going to know who is actually doing the transactions, the amount of the transactions, but they will be able to control the transactions, and that is the concern. That's what happens in China, where we have like someone that commits, let's say, I don't know, crosses the red light traffic. So this person might not be able to catch a plane because there are facial cameras that recognize everything there, and they will just see, oh, so this guy has crossed the red lights, he's not a good citizen, so he will not be able to catch the train, whatever it happens. So if that would apply for the United States, we would see that all transactions would go through the Federal Reserve, and now you see that the government would actually gain a lot of control. Now, why I say that the XRP ledger is a perfect antidote for central bank digital currencies, and why I do believe that everybody has a choice. You don't have to become a slave. You always have a second choice, and that's what I say for people today, is that if you don't govern yourself, if you don't practice self-governance, then you will be governed by someone or some entity. So the XRP ledger is an open source that utilizes actually a system that is called RPCA. It's the Ripple's protocol consensus algorithm, and the way that it transacts is actually fully decentralized. So there is no government, there is no third party that takes place on that has control over the ledger. It actually goes through validators. There is 35 validators, and in order for the transactions to be actually executed, it has to go through 80% of the validators. So sorry, I just said 35, now it's 34. This number sometimes changes. It has been updated by the XRP Ledger Federation just a few weeks ago. So 80% of these validators have to approve the transaction. So there's no way the government can actually gain control over the XRP ledger. If Ripple disappears, the XRP ledger stays here. That's why I say stay safe. If you buy XRP, you have a very good chance of thriving during these harsh times and the implementation of the new financial